Let's answer the sample exam number 2 questions, but we're going to be really smart and try to reduce the amount of computation that we need to do. So the first question is, first, multiply these two matrices together. But I noticed that the first matrix is a very special one. It's a diagonal matrix. And if I multiply on the left by a diagonal, that results in the matrix rows being multiplied by the diagonal elements. So the first row is going to be multiplied by 1, so it will be 1, negative 2, 0. The second row will be 0, 2, 0. And the last row will be 0, 4, 1. Now, the second question is to find the inverse of a diagonal matrix. I can do that. It's going to be a diagonal matrix with elements that are the multiplicative inverse of the diagonal elements of the original. So it will have a first column of 1, 0, 0, a second column of 0, 1/2, 0, and a last column of 0, 0, 1. I can check to make sure by multiplying these together, but I know I'm right. Now the next question, it looks like I have a Gauss transform that I'm trying to take the inverse of, and I know how to deal with that. What I end up getting is another Gauss transform. It's going to have first column 1, 0, 0. Second column, however, the negative 2 is going to become a positive 2. It undoes the negative 2 times something. Then we'll have a 1, and the last is going to be a negative 4. Then the last column is going to be a 0, 0, 1 again. Now the last question. It almost looks like a Gauss transform again, except for the fact that I have a 2 there, not a 1. So I need to figure out what to do. Well, I notice if I look back, D is the solution to A. So if this is a matrix A, and this was a matrix B, and this was a matrix C, then A is equal to B times C. So the inverse of A would be the inverse of C times the inverse of B. We proved that at one point. So what I need to do here is take the inverse of C, which was 1, 0, 0, 2, 1, negative 4, 0, 0, 1, and multiply it on the right by the inverse of B, which was 1, 0, 0, 0, 1/2, 0, 0, 0, 1. And so I can do that. I'm multiplying a matrix by a diagonal on the right, and that means that what happens is the columns of my original matrix are scaled by the diagonal elements. So the first column will remain 1, 0, 0. The second column will be scaled by multiplying by 1/2, and we'll see 1, 1/2, negative 2, and the last column will be 0, 0, 1. To make sure that I've done it correctly, what I should do is multiply this matrix times this, and I should get the identity, but I'm pretty sure I did it correctly. So that's the first question of the sample exam.